All right, so we are back. All right, so to begin, first off, we'll start discussing about the Axie scholarship giveaway since most likely ito lang yung pinuntahan nyo dito. All right, so divided yung content natin today. We'll deviate a bit away from our normal gameplay kind of gameplay content on just showing gameplay on the BMP. First, we'll discuss about the Axie scholarship giveaway, and also then we will discuss on which is the strongest bird currently for season 19, in my opinion. All right, so first off, I know medyo nahihirapan ako mag-English tsaka mag-Tagalog at the same time. Kaso, I have to speak English because of the Nord Guild. Our sponsors, principals are not from the Philippines. And also, um, Tagalog is kind of my second language, so it's much easier to um, uh, transition time to time. So medyo taglish yung mga content natin. Kung pwede lang sana Bisaya, edi wala, wala sanang problema. Anyway, so Axie Scholarship Giveaway. So in the next 15 days, I'll be uploading 15 videos each day. Each video will have one keyword. No, sorry. Two keywords. All right. So for now, I will start giving off the first keyword, which will be alpha. So throughout this video, I will give the second keyword. So each video will have two keywords. All right. So just a sec. Oh, sorry for that. Okay. So each video will have two keywords. So in totality, within the 15 videos, you will have 30 keywords in total. Now, who to whom do you give the keywords? In our Discord channel, we will have a specific channel wherein you will input the 30 keywords. Now, maybe I'll have permission to have uh, the first two people to post the keywords. It's really up to the principals. Maybe the first five and just raffled, and two of them will be picked as scholars. Now, a little um, a little background of Nord Guild is that we do 50-50 share, and we don't just give away simple lineups. We give at least leaderboard ready lineups. We give 50-50 and for some 60-40. So yeah, 50-50 share. So 30 keywords in total and two keywords each video. One video each day for 15 days. So that would be 15 videos, 30 keywords in total. So join our Discord, then find the channel where you can input the keywords when it is all complete. And at the same time, have fun in our Discord because it's really a community there. Currently, we are 10,000 members, and basically all of us in our guild are family. So now for our content with regards to the um top the best strongest bird currently in season 19. Now, currently the top one is anonymous Team Bacolod. But the only guy in rank 11 I know is I believe it was Kelly. But for sure there was a BMP lineup somewhere in here. So currently I am rank 1416, and throughout my entire tenure in Axie, I've been using bird beast midline. It can be in a dusk body or in a mech body. It still has best beast cards than plant. For the most part, there was a time where I was using Goda anemones. Alright. So a disclaimer before we start the list. This list is based on my personal preference. This list is based on my experience playing Axie Infinity, and this does not necessarily mean that they are better. If I pick whichever bird, it does not necessarily mean that they are better than the others. It really boils down to personal preference, how you want to play your lineups, where you feel you are suited or most comfortable with your specific composition. So these are just my opinions, and whatever said in this video are not to be taken as a financial advice. This does not mean if I prefer that bird, it costs you a lot and it doesn't make sense in your composition. Please do not hold me liable. Again, it depends on the composition, your play style, your preference, and how comfortable you are with your lineup, right? So without further delay, let us begin with the first bird. So with the first bird, this is my very first bird actually. I started out. Not this specifically. I started out with the 2 million bird, a pure bird, 2 million. Before that, I had you could say a chop suey bird, a mix, hybrid bird. It was at 1 million ID more or less. Now, so currently this kind of came back to the meta due to the recent update in season 19. Now, this is usually paired with a beast backline or a mech backline with beast cards. More often than not, this is really placed in the backline. So it's a backdoor board. What's nice with this is you can go backdoor, egg bomb, then transfer the aroma, since aroma is a form of a taunt, to another Axie. And that Axie will be attacked by your other Axie. So which is a nice play sometimes, especially in those compositions where they depend mostly in their backline to finish the game. Examples would be Disable Source. What else? Disable Source. You could say also the plant bird or beast or reptile backline lineups. And oh yeah, I forgot. Especially the Terminator composition. Shrimpinator, Trispikes, Terminator. Any Terminators. So this really come in handy when you need to get rid of the backline first. Before, rather than going through the midline, the front line first, and ending up losing to the backline in a 2v1 situation because the backline already has enough cards. The opposing backline already has enough cards, and it is capable to outplay you 2 versus 1. So also what I like with this bird is the aroma and post fight. So it has a 0 energy card with 110 damage. With aroma, it really gives you that outlay capability. Now so far the floor price on this is 223, but I think it's around 260. All right, so let's make a list. Let's name it Dark Swoop, Post Fight Bird. Let's just name the parts. Dark Swoop, uh, Egg Bomb, Blackmail, Post Fight, Bird. So personally, with its price $260 and its composition, the bird as a whole, basically, I would rank it at rank A currently, right? I think all of these birds are currently rank A, so that's gonna be a problem later. So the next bird was my favorite bird before and still now actually. So these kind of birds was really the best. I could say one of the best, if not really the best bird before season 19. They really nerfed this bird a bit since post fight was reduced to 120. from 100 to 20 to 110, and this one, above all, double top, was nerfed from 80 damage to 60 damage. So that's around more or less 30% nerf in the sorry for that. So in the uh out of the bird. So some people tend to deviate sometimes from this build. They choose instead of post fight, no, blackmail, they choose pliers. But the problem with that is that your bird will only be able to have 59 speed at most, and you will be outsped by other birds. However, it's still nice because if you trigger double talk, then you use pliers, it's still it doesn't get rid of the opposing side shield, so you will continue to proc pliers because pliers has increased 30% damage when opponent has shield generated. However, I still really like this bird because let's say the plant or any front line has a remaining 20 HP left, then they decide to brick wall. So a plant can generate up to 200 to 300 uh, shield, even with just 2 energy. So you can just double talk them and waste their cards and energy at the same time. So yes, double talk still does come in handy, but not as much as before. So I will rank this double talk, egg bomb, blackmail, post fight. Bird number 2, with its price, it's currently floor price is around 260 also, same as the dark soup. So I would say sadly I have to put it at uh a rank B bird, right? So if you own this one, that doesn't mean that it's lesser already than the other bird. It's rank B. It's just my personal opinion. They nerf really got to it, but it's still a good bird. However, some birds really overpace this bird because of that nerf, especially since now when you do your post fight, it before, as you can see here, when you do post fight egg bomb, you can only do 118 to plant reptile dust. Before it was 120, and also in bird aqua dawn, you could do 140 each when you trigger a combo. And especially post fight before did 140. Now it's just 127. However, you can still 4 card an aqua. So let's say an aqua has 400 HP. When you do a double talk, then let's say blackmail, double talk, blackmail, you still do 73 plus 138 plus 73 plus 138. So that should be around, if I'm right, uh, that doesn't make sense. I think this is 72. I bet that should be enough to have an output of 120. So just to make sure, right? So it's really 72. So you will still have an output damage of 420. So a pure aqua usually has 420 health. So you can still no turn an aqua. It will go last stand, and aquas only have a 1 bar last stand. So it still does good, especially if the aqua does brick wall. However, you can't anymore do that against reptiles. But if you had pliers, you can still do that with a turning backline. Pliers instead of blackmail. So for the purposes of this video, I won't include plier bird. It's quite an orthodox kind of bird, and um, I've never actually tried one. So for the next bird, is quite a little expensive, as you can see. It is, the floor price is around 750 to 800, and there's just a 8 Axies for sale in supply. right? So what makes this nice? So uh the thing is, since small damage cards had a bit of a buff, so when you combo this last one, then since your last one reduces your uh damage attack by 2, you can use Tri-Feather and proc the effect and Tri-Feather. So let's say when we assume damage bonus, it doesn't actually say that. So anyway, Tri-Feather attacks twice. So one of your attacks will do 50. However, the first attack will have a attack minus damage if you proceed it with the last one. So this is quite an expensive bird. Also, Kestrel disables horn. So what horns are quite OP at the moment? It is pliers, pocky, cactus. So you can disable those with Kestrel. My problem with this bird is it doesn't have outplay potential since you don't have egg bomb. So it's just basically a pure damage 1v1 ready bird for late game. So it does 171, its last one does 171 against Aqua. And you follow it up with a Tri-Feather, 50, so 220. And also the other attack which was reduced, let's say, I think it's around 20, let's just say 30. So 30, 220, so you do 250 damage in just one energy, but 2 cards. So that's 250 damage with 1 energy, but 2 cards. And also Kestrel does 149 on Aquabirds. Not to mention 171 on Bug Beast Mech. So what's nice about Kestrel is that it disables a lot of horns. But using this bird, you won't have that outplay potential without Egg Bomb. So as a personal preference, I really like my birds with Egg Bomb, and I think Peacemaker is self-explanatory. You apply attack minus on the target, and it does 120 damage. So I think this is the biggest damage for a mouth, since so far the meta mouths are Dark Swoop, and before it was Double Talk. So this does 120 damage. Alright, so the bird, as you can see, is not pure bird. This is a hair bird, so it goes around $300. Alright, so we forgot to rank the third bird first. Alright, so for this bird, Tri-Feather, the last one, Peacemaker, and Kestrel, bird number 3, I would just place it with A. Alright, so let's put it at A. Right, so hair. Now, this kind of composite birds usually go with anemones lately. Anemones or plant compositions. So I've used this bird before. If you honest with my mech plant lineup, so you can just watch our video where I compared which bird is better with the mech plant lineup. This one or this one. So I chose the latter rather, this one basically, because with this your highest speed is just 59. But I really liked it because of the hair. So you get a free draw, and most likely you will get the backdoor card first. However, with my composition, I don't generate that much energy, and this bird doesn't have a 0 energy card. So it will be energy dependent, especially in the late game. However, these kinds of bird can also go head to head with a plant, but you have to have at least 4 energy when you are approaching 1v1 with the plant with this, especially if the plant is still full health. You just do hair, blackmail, and hopefully you survive that. Then on the next turn, you will win when you do the same, because by that time you will have a complete deck of cards when you are in a 1v1, because your hair will keep you drawing cards. And also it generates you 30 shield. So that's 60 plus this, that should be around 120. And also outplay potential with the aroma. So the weakness with this bird, what I don't like with the bird is that it just can go up to 59 speed since it's not a pure bird. So dark soup, egg bomb, blackmail, and hair, right? So I would, let's place it at A. So it's really sad that we placed double talk at B. So for those double talk owners, don't be sad. It's really still boils down to a matter of preference in the way you play. Personally, I would still enjoy double talk. It's just that I don't have a double talk bird anymore. All right, so this is my main bird currently. Now, why do I like this bird? So this is around 385, so this can be seen here. So it's around, I think I bought mine for $450. Now, why do I like this bird? It's because of this card, which deals 149 damage, 130 Kingfisher. Also, I have outplay potential, and also I have that zero energy post fight card and the Peacemaker. Now, if I use two post fights, I can already trigger this Kingfisher. So I can already have that backdoor potential, which intimidates the opponent. So when I do two post fights, or if I do an eggshell and let the opponent damage me and reduce my health to below 50%, I can already trigger this one. So this one really is a game changer. The Kingfisher. Right, so Kingfisher, Pacemaker, Peacemaker. Is it Peace? Alright. Then Egg Bomb and Post Fight. Number 5. Now, I would really like to rank this at S, but sadly, considering the price, if you are able to obtain a very low ID bird with this one, since ID really matters with bird compositions, I would place it at S. So this might be biased because this is the bird I currently use. So you can replace this with Kestrel if you want a full damaged bird. So Kestrel does 130, and don't forget Kestrel disables all types of horns. So let's backtrack. The best horns currently are Pliers, Cactus from plants, which deals 180 damage to birds if proc the effects of Cactus, and Pocky currently. All right. So just checking if I am still, I'm not sure if I'm still recording. So hopefully I'm still recording. So anyway, so you can replace it with Kestrel. However, if you really lose this, it's up to you. If you want to lose the eggshell, the outplay potential in your bird. So we place that at rank S. All right, so this is for me the best bird. You can maybe replace Swallow with the last one. However, this bird is really ID dependent because to proc this Swallow. So sadly, it's the most expensive bird also. It runs about 800 to 900 and just a really small supply in the marketplace with this bird. So I think it goes without saying of having this bird to have a rank of S. Bird number 6, S. Oh, S. Now why? Because it really is good with 1v1, especially with Aquas. So, however, this is kind of a risky discard because if you get attacked first, you'll be feared for the rest of the turn. However, if you will be the first to attack, you will apply fear for one turn. So imagine doing that in a 1v1 situation wherein your opponent will lose one card every time they go head to head. So this is really good, especially against those 1v1 situations where your opposing side doesn't have a zero energy card or a throw card to go 1v1. So especially Aquas in the lower elo wherein their backline usually possess they don't have zero energy cards. They are just all damage. But for sure in the higher elo, you will see Aquas with at least 1-0 energy card. Because 1-0 energy card really matters in a 1v1 situation. Right, so that's it for now. So I guess this is how I rank the birds. So if you own any of this and I rank them very below than your expectations, please do not feel offended or lose faith in your bird. It doesn't mean it's weak. At the end of the day, again, it matters with your skills, how you use your composition. And of course, this is a game first, so have fun. So with that end of the video, I'd like to introduce to you to the second keyword, which is bird. Right? So the second keyword is bird. So our first keyword was introduced earlier in our video, and the second keyword is now bird. So that's all for today, and I'll see you on the next one.